hindrances for various reasons, so it looks real good. At this time, we'll have a devotion and a blessing for our food.
Sue asked me to do this. I'm not really good at things like this, but she's good. And this is actually what I had prepared for last month, which would have been February and Valentine's and love. But I thought everybody here probably has either children or grandchildren or a little niece or nephew that you really love, and this is that kind of love. And I don't know who wrote this. When I found it, it didn't have a name to it, but now that's God. It's one of the hottest days of the dry season. We had not seen rain in almost a month. The crops were dying. Cows had stopped giving milk. The creeks and streams were long gone back into the earth. It was a dry season that would bankrupt several farmers before it was through. Every day my husband and his brothers would go about the arduous process of trying to get water to the field. Lately, this process had involved taking a truck to the local water rendering plant and filling it up with water. But severe rationing had cut everyone off. If we didn't see some rain soon, we would lose everything. It was on this day that I learned the true lesson of sharing and witnessed the only miracle I have seen with my own eyes. I was in my kitchen making lunch for my husband and his brothers when I saw my 6-year-old son Billy walking toward the woods. He wasn't walking with the usual carefree abandon of a youth, but with a serious purpose. I could only see his back. He was obviously walking with a great effort, trying to be as still as possible. Minutes after he disappeared into the woods, he came running out again toward the house. I went back to making sandwiches, thinking that whatever task he had been doing was completed. Moments later, however, he was once again walking in that slow, purposeful stride toward the woods. This activity went on for about an hour, walking carefully to the woods and running back to the house. Finally, I couldn't take it any longer, and I crept out of the house and followed him on his journey, being very careful not to be seen, as he was obviously doing important work and didn't need his mommy checking up on him. He was cupping both hands in front of him as he walked, being very careful not to spill the water he held in them. Maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons were held in his tiny hands. I sneaked close as he went into the woods. Branches and thorns slapped his little face, but he did not try to avoid them. He had a much higher purpose. As I leaned in to spy on him, I saw the most amazing sight. Several large deer loomed in front of him. Billy walked right up to them. I almost screamed for him to get away. A huge buck with elaborate antlers was dangerously close, but the buck did not threaten him. He didn't even move as Billy knelt down, and I saw a tiny fawn laying on the ground, obviously suffering from dehydration and heat exhaustion, lift its head with great effort to lap up the water cupped in its beautiful boy hand. When the water was gone, Billy jumped up to run back to the house, and I hid behind a tree. I followed him back to the house to a spigot to which we had shut off the water. Billy opened it all the way up and found a small trickle began to creep out. He knelt there, letting the drip, drip, drip slowly fill his makeshift cup as the sun beat down on his little back. As it came clear to me, the trouble he had gotten into for playing with the hose the week before, the lecture he had received about the importance of not wasting water, the reason he didn't ask me to help him. It took almost 20 minutes for the drops to fill his hand. When he stood up and began to trip back, I was there in front of him. His little eyes just filled with tears. "I'm not wasting," was all he said. As he began his walk, I joined him with a small pot of water from the kitchen. I let him tend to the barn. I stayed away. It was his job. I stood on the edge of the woods watching the most beautiful heart I have ever known, working so hard to save another life. As the tears that rolled down my face began to hit the ground, other drops, and more suddenly joined them. I looked up at the sky. It was as if God himself was weeping with pride. Some will probably say that this is all just a huge coincidence. Those miracles don't exist, really. That was bound to rain sometime. And I can't argue with that. I'm not going to try. All I can say is that the rain that came that day saved our farm, just like the actions of one little boy saved another one. Let's pray. Dear Father God, as we come to thee today, we're thankful for another day of life. We're thankful to live in a place that we can assemble like this as we are. Dear Father, bless this food that we're to take in to our bodies and rest of our service. Amen.
Thank you, that was beautiful. Enjoy your lunch.
Bob Brownlee of Hamilton, Scotland, and Julie Aikens of Hamilton, Alabama. John enlightened us about Scotland, its culture, and many other interesting facts. There was no old or new business, and the meeting was adjourned.
Any corrections or additions? Thank you. Any comments?
It was good. Very good. It was fun.
Jane, have you read to introduce our guest? I'm sorry.
Charlotte's got to do her reports too.
Okay, yes, please.
We had a balance brought forward of $1,898.39. We had no deposits, and we do have some people that haven't paid their dues yet. Expenses was $24.95. That was for the guest speaker's lunch. We have a balance of $1,873.44, and we have the CD for $4,022.57, which is expires November 9th.
All right.
Today we've got Judy and Wayne, and Judy and Wayne are the 2049. They are the network gurus. They're here to talk about County 49 and all of their other things. I see more technical up there than I even know how to pronounce. So I'm going to let them take it from here, and they can do their program.
All right. I'm not real good at speaking in front of everybody, so you also have to. Me and you can't fit in the same space. We are 49 County News.Net. Got a few things to pass out to everybody before I get started. That way you kind of get an idea of what we are. We started in 2006. Well, could you tell me what we do? Please. Hello, Brett. How you doing today? Doing just fine.
Melinda's our salesperson. Melinda Miller.
Please. Oh yeah. Try to make it as brief as possible. We don't bore everybody to death. What we do is we offer Wi-Fi internet. Wi-Fi is like wireless. We can go get on a laptop up at the Coffee Buzz. We've been doing that since
April 26, 2006.
not that one. We've been doing that since probably July of last year.
Yes.
And it's doing pretty good. We're growing with it. We're fixing to add a splash page to it so everybody knows that it comes from us, which will be coming soon. So that's actually sponsored by us and Leonelli's Coffee Buzz, Wanda's, John's Automotive and Record Service, Photography and More, Simply Elegant, Dr. Cobb does it too with us, and DC Cinema 3. A misconception about that is people usually ask us, well, do you provide internet for home? Well, no, we don't, because, you know, that's something like SouthNet does. Then the website. What we do with our website is we try to what we want to be is more of a homepage for everybody instead of being like Yahoo would be for you. We won't be like the local thing for around here, because we offer weather and local news, the stuff that you might not see in the newspaper and things like that. We do have all the city council meetings online where you can go watch them. Amen. We try not to get anything we don't need to do. But we've had, as of last night at 10 o'clock, we had 61,353 page views on the front page alone since April of 2006. And from something that starts from nothing, I would say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, so let's see. We have, like I said, we have a local news page. We have a religion page. We kind of call it that because, you know, in a diverse place like this, you've got Catholics and Protestants and so on and so forth. So we don't want to be just limited to just one religion. So we call it that to try to be a little diverse about it. But we have a little bit of everything on there. We have places where you can search for passages in the Bible. The place that we have even has them all the way into Korean. You can actually read it in Korean. The King James Version Bible, you can read it in Korean. So, you know, it's pretty cool. You have an entertainment page. Entertainment page, we've got links to Dixie Cinema 3's website, where you go see what's playing on the internet. Only you go watch it on the internet and see what's playing there. We have local TV guide where you can look to see what's playing on TV anywhere in all the cable stations in Marion County, which comes from Yahoo. We just have a link to all the places there where it's kind of local. We have some links on there to some websites where you can watch movies, TV shows, stuff like that online for free. It's not anything that we produce, but we just happen to find some places like that for people to be able to link to, so they might be able to find it a little bit easier around here. We also have some links to some online radio stations where you can go and listen to radio online for free. One of the first ones I put on there was my uncle, Bill Mays, has a radio station in Los Palos, California. You can listen to him live in Los Palos on our website. So, we have a food menu page. We have quite a few restaurants that advertise on this, so they put their menu online, where you can go and view their menu and see what they've got, view prices and all that kind of stuff like that. Makes it a lot easier than having to hunt up somebody's little flyer that they send out. You know, you just go online to the website and click on one of their advertisements, and then you can see if you want to order something from Fly Stunts, you can check out everything that's on there and see what you want for that.
You also film the parade.
Yeah, we do parades and pretty much anything we can get and film, and this will be online later today.
If they say it's okay.
If you say it's okay. We try to get things, you know, you get the people that are sitting at home that can't get out to something like this. And they have an internet and that's their only connection to the world. Well, we try to bring things to them just like Pete and them do, except they can watch this when they want to. All you got to do is just go online and watch it. Let's see. We have an obituaries page. I know that's something morbid that people really don't want to talk about, but a lot of people what am I trying to say?
Wayne, being a younger person, didn't understand how important it is for us to keep up with all
Yeah.
that stuff.
We
I used to have my mom and dad to tell me everything, but
My mother works real hard trying to keep the obits up to date so you can go watch them or go look at them online before the funeral happens is what we try to do.
my goal is to get them on,
So-
like the radio station does, so that you can find
If
out.
you miss them from like in memoriam or something like that, we try to get them online before the funeral happens. That way somebody might be able to notice, you know, something like that. And also for genealogy and stuff like that, we're archived all the way back to 2005. So if you know anybody that's doing any kind of genealogy or anything like that in this area, we have them all the way back to 2005 online. And most pages that we have now are searchable in the page. You can search to see what's on the page.
Wayne, there's one more thing about that, is if anybody has any they won't put online,
Yes.
they can just send them to me, and, you know, if anything that's not on there that they, any obituaries that they want to be online, it doesn't matter what year it was, I can make a page and put it on there.
Reclassified.
We do. That right there is our new thing we just started this month. We were in Biloxi not too long ago, and I noticed a little one-sheet thing that they had at a restaurant that we were down there, and they wasn't a whole lot of them left, and I was thinking, well, why don't I do something like that here? So what we did is we started putting out something like that here. We offer free classifieds on it. If you have any kind of calendar of events that's coming up, we're glad to put it on. We only put it out once a month right now. And if things start picking up, we'll start putting it out more than once a month. We have some interesting stories on there, just like in this one we do something about the origin of St. Patrick's Day. We have some funnies and stuff like that on there to try to entertain some people. So we're going to have those out, hopefully all over Marion County before it's over with, in restaurants and businesses and stuff like that.
There's a new store next to the scrap shop store.
Yeah, she just opened up Saturday. Well, that's basically my spiel.
You might mention that we have Brother Preston's get-togethers on there as well.
He sends us stuff weekly or however often. I don't get it, she gets it. So.
Was that most recent meeting, like the Winfield Board of Education or the Northwest Alabama Gas District Board meeting, would it be most recent meeting, or can you go back and view all the meetings since you started filming?
We only do the Hamilton City Council right now.
Okay.
We're hopefully, what I really want is to be able to do every meeting in Marion County. Now that's a big task for us since there's 3 of us. But hopefully we will be able to do pretty much any major council meeting and any meetings that they have in the county.
But is it stored to where you can go back and pick up a meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
We have them archived
Okay.
from when we started.
Okay.
Anybody get any questions?
Type photo. Now, he's made all of those. A lot of it's
I don't think
copy
we're
and
on
paste
camera,
things, you know, but I do
I talked to
like
Marla the other day,
typing good stuff.
and we're in the chamber, but we're not on it right
I
now.
type all of the obituaries.
We've been in it for a year.
Yeah, make it good. So that was very huge, and to do something every month, something like St. Patrick's Day. Surprisingly, it's not. It's kind of a, the shorts give, people that want help the company advertise.
The word being
That's what
We do a lot of things. We
I'm just not
provide a
able to
website for the Marion County Humane Society for free. We provide a website for Winfield and Pasco for free. We're still in the building process.
I didn't know we had paid. You can write a check when we get home from me. I'll put it in my check. Well, that's not what I meant. Yeah, we just put about it down.
Another day, it's on my meeting. Down there, but, you know,
We all know, we also have, by John Reynolds, I came to see you last month. Right, so I've got to provide you a story about. We've got a lot of people that know. I was in my
I was in the Bahamas, so I missed it.
well, you can go on our site, on the news page on the right hand side, it's All Things Scottish, and you click on that, and you see his picture, and his name is Phil.
That's good stuff.
And I'll have that put in the paper. Because Terry, it takes forever to get anything
All
done.
fast.
Good job,
Yeah.
good job.
Everybody a pen.
Say, we good people, we good.
Just try to make it.
Say nothing, everything, just take it, enjoy it. And learn so much. You like food, that's all. I forgot, all the time was
One mother thing. So what
and the next time we'll make a trip, we'll talk about a restaurant. Come on, you want your That's okay.
This is very good.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Well, you know how that Hello. And meeting is not over because Jan's got something she needs to report. So, speak up, lady.
I was just asking Star, and I wasn't here last time, so I wasn't sure, but I think this has been reported to the Friends of the Library, and it just really breaks my heart to report it. But anyway, y'all remember we were getting a grant to put new carpet in the library. Well, so many libraries applied for these grants until they had to go in and weed them out. We got weeded out. They decided that other libraries, it had nothing to do with your timing or anything like that. They just went through, and the people in Montgomery in charge of the grants decided who needed the money the most for what. And we got weeded, so scratch the new carpet.
But, however,
Okay, go on.
one door closes, another one that opens. I don't know if you remember from a couple of years ago, we had applied for a Libre Foundation grant, which is a grant for rural libraries, and it's a children's book grant. And we can get like $1,050 worth of children's books for a small matching amount. And we're applying for that, and I'm pretty confident we'll get that.
Okay.
One door closes, another opens. So we're thankful for that.
Thank you.
Jan, do you think the carpet's in bad enough shape that we ought to take some of the money we have? That would do it, so I guess it wouldn't be enough, would it?
Probably. I don't know, but we will think about that and discuss that and see how bad a shape that carpet's in.
Well, the carpet has been there since the building's been built, and it's 20 years old.
Yeah. Over, but you know.
But is there holes in it anyway?
No, it's just,
Senior
What
moment.
y'all might do, if you've got some money that you can put in it, is get an estimate
Okay, we have the
And
estimate.
give it to us, and let's see what we can hit.
Okay, that's a very good suggestion.
What did the next say? I didn't hear. What
Maybe
she
we
say?
put it in our budget for next year.
Next year, okay. And it said to get an estimate and present it to the council, and they might be able to help us put it in the budget.
Yeah, the
for next
council has been very good about supporting us through the years.
Yeah, and we appreciate it very much.
Yes.
We appreciate having a representative present today. From the county.
They can't do that to say no.
They would have to be all.
Is there any other comment? If not, thank you for coming and just enjoy your meal and your visit. We'll see you next month here, 12 o'clock. And Charlotte will be doing the program. And she's a traveler, so she'll let us know where she's been and what she's going to talk about. Japan. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's another time on Japan for